So you go out to go get pasta and it's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, $20. I've got 3 different kinds for less than $2 per serving. That is but cheaper. Whenever I go out to eat, I'll order pasta if I'm at a great restaurant. Of course, a good restaurant makes great pasta. It's always worth the money, but usually it's like $18, $20, and you can make this stuff at home for a fraction of the price. So it's a perfect but cheaper candidate. Why we're here talking about it, you, me, and Vikram and TJ. Oh my God, workplace romanticism. We're gonna talk about 3 different ways to make a great pasta as cheaply as physically possible. I could go on and on about pasta. Rather than talking about it, I think we should be about it, and let's do this, shall we?
Right, so before we get started, I'd like to mention pasta shape. Dried spaghetti works excellent with all these sauces and is an ultra cheap $1 to $2 per pound option. Anyway, sauce number 1 is a chef and home cook favorite, Marcella Hazan's classic onion butter tomato sauce. In a medium sauce pot, add a 28-ounce can of peeled Roma tomatoes. The Cento brand cost me about $3, but you could go even cheaper here if you want. Add in 1 whole onion that's been sliced in half, peeled with the root still attached, and 5 tablespoons or 70 grams of unsalted butter. Give that a light seasoning of salt to taste and a small pinch of sugar, then place it on a stove over medium heat, bring that up to a gentle simmer, and lower the heat to medium-low. Simmer that for 45 minutes, stirring occasionally, mashing the whole pieces of tomato against the wall of the pan until you get a lovely sauce like this. Then simply remove the onion, discard it, and adjust the salt levels to your taste. From there, you can boil 1 pound of spaghetti or bucatini to a nice al dente texture. It should be al dente, all right? That's the right way. And make sure to season your pasta water generously with salt. I want this bad boy as salty as the ocean. Then toss your drained pasta and all of your tomato sauce with a little splash of reserved pasta water. Then plate that up and enjoy with some fresh shaved Parmigiano Reggiano should you desire it. Now, not including the cheese, this bad boy sits at a solid $1.60 per serving. The cheese tacks on like another 30 cents to $1. Right, so next up we've got a surprise, Alfredo, which is shockingly affordable to make. In a large saucepan, add 4 tablespoons or 56 grams of unsalted butter, heat over medium heat till melted and bubbling. Then add 1 cup or 240 milliliters of heavy cream. Bring that to a nice simmer and let that simmer away for about 1 to 2 minutes or till emulsified and beginning to slightly thicken. Then turn off the heat and whisk in 1.5 cups or 110 grams of finely grated Parmigiano Reggiano. Keep whisking until completely melted and emulsified, then finish with 2 cloves of freshly grated garlic, some fresh cracked black pepper, and salt to taste. Separately, boil 1 pound of a nice wide noodle, such as papperdelle, and then just toss that with your sauce along with a splash or 2 of pasta water and serve that bad boy with some extra cheese and black pepper on top. Bon appetit to you too. Last but certainly not least is both a friend to our wallet as it is to our heart and souls. Pasta aglio e olio. How was that, Italians? Did I do good? Let me know. Can't wait to get yelled at. Very excited. Now go ahead and boil yourself 1 pound of spaghetti, or as the Italians say, spaghetti! All right, I'm getting ahead of myself here. Don't forget to heavy season that water, by the way. Now, when your pasta is almost done, in a large saute pan, add a 1/3 cup or 80 mils of extra virgin olive oil. Heat that over medium heat till hot. It's a lot of heating. Then add 7 cloves of very finely chopped garlic and 1 teaspoon or 5 grams of red pepper flakes. Saute that beauty until fragrant and nice, about 3 minutes. Now, once your pasta is done, reserve about 1/2 cup of the pasta water, drain your pasta, and add it immediately to your hot oil. Turn off the heat and toss aggressively, splashing with a little pasta water until you've got a nice coating of oil. Season that generously with salt to taste, and finish with 1/2 cup or 12 grams of very finely chopped fresh parsley. Plate that bad boy up nice and tall. Feel free to grate some parm on top should you desire it, and that right there is one of the simplest yet greatest pasta dishes of all time. So we have 3 pastas that each have plenty of wallet saving potential, and you can add your budget protein of choice if you wish, but now I think it's time that we talk about how they taste.
It's a pasta time! Pasta aglio e olio. This is perhaps the most affordable, easy to make pasta in all of history. With all that said, that puts this plate of pasta at this number right here. This is something everyone should know how to make, and if you don't already, and I've talked about it before, so has our boy Babish. Babby, I love you. So let's dig in. Oh my God. Pasta aglio e olio encompasses, although a tongue twister, it sings harmonies on your tongue as well. That doesn't make sense. It's got all the qualities you want in a plate of pasta. It's rich, but not too rich. It's garlicky, but in a subtle way. There's a little bit of kick from the garlic. There's a little bit of spice from the red pepper flakes. And there's a little bit of chew from the pasta. It's a good pasta. This is what a pasta should be. This takes 10 minutes? Take the damn time. Alfredo. This is something that I think a lot of kids hold near and dear to their heart, you know? You go out with your family, it's a Saturday night, school, not happening. What even is school? ABCs? I don't know. But one thing you are looking forward to is the Alfredo that's finna hit right in front of you. That could have broken. If your Alfredo doesn't do that, I don't want it. On your first bite, you're gonna ask, why did I ever pay $17 for this? So simple, so easy. Ingredients that aren't really even that expensive. There's nothing exotic about it, and it's not that hard to make. 5 minutes of boiling and simmering and stirring, and that's what you're paying $17 for when you go out. So this comes in at this price per serving. Now granted, that's without chicken, but like you incorporate chicken, you might tack on $1 or $2 to that. Big whoop. Much better than 17. This is one that I've talked to you guys about before. I hold this very near and dear to my heart. A lot of the Italian cooking that I learned when I was a young kid was from Marcella Hazan. Marcella, shout out to her. This is her classic. Everyone knows this. The OG onion and butter tomato sauce. So simple, makes you want to cry. Obviously, the simplicity in the ingredients, this is gonna automatically make it cheap, but the key point is this is a perfectly balanced. Like you take a bite and you're like, balancing, right? But it's perfectly balanced, so you're not doing that. I don't know where I'm going with this analogy. The sweetness from the onion combats the over acidity of the tomato, so it's nice and smooth tasting. It's salty, it's got richness from the butter. This is truly perfect tomato sauce, and you can make the whole darn thing less than $6.50.
But do you want to know what else has nice nudes and is coated in sauce? B-roll.
All right guys, and that is it. So we made 3 different kinds of pasta: Alfredo, pasta aglio olio, and what was the third one again? How could I forget? Marcella Hazan's greatest tomato sauce of all time. It's so beautifully simple and cheap. There's a message here. And the message is simple ingredients, cared for. It's not supposed to be expensive. It's just beauty and simplicity, technique, and a little bit of love, bruv. I hope you learned something. Also, I keep having the conversation back and forth about being in the cabinet, not in the cabinet. We're out of the cabinet again because sometimes we remember to put the camera here and sometimes we don't. So you tell us what you want to see in the comments below. So with all that said, if you enjoyed this video or you learned something, leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you next time. Good night. Stinky.